Let's do it. So welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for Lunch with Lucy. My name is Kate Remillard. I'm on the marketing team at VHT Studios, and I'm happy to be here with you today as your MC. I just have a few housekeeping items to share before we get started. I need to mention that everyone is muted except for our panelists. If you have a question for our guest, please add them to our Q&A box on your screen anytime. We'll be sure to answer those as we go, and then we'll have some time at the end as well. And you'll want to be sure to hang around until the end of the session so you can get the code for 5 free gold photographs. And we'll also be announcing the winners of the free lunch that VHT Studios will provide for the first 5 people who registered. So now I am happy to introduce the woman herself, Lucy Edwards.
Hello, everybody. I'm very, very happy to be here.
Awesome. So Lucy, I'm just going to do a quick intro to Lucy. She's had a long career in the real estate marketing industry. She launched her company, Edberg Real Estate Marketing, in 2002, was with OBO and then Visi Media Solutions, and finally joined VHT Studios last fall. And Lucy is the first person in our company to focus 100% on agent success in marketing their listings. So we're so happy to have her, and welcome, Lucy.
Hello, everybody again. I'm very happy to be here and very excited to spend the next 30 minutes with all of you guys from everywhere, even Bahamas. Here we go. And today we have a very interesting topic. I personally strongly believe that every property deserves the best marketing strategy. It is an absolute must that the strategy is created when you take the listing. However, today we are going to talk about the luxury marketing, and our expert in the person who will navigate us through luxury market is one of the top agents here in New York, and her name is Maria Babaev. So Maria, welcome. Maria is, hello Maria, and Maria is with Douglas Elliman, Roslyn office, and I've known you, Maria, for quite a few years, and you were always on top of your strategies. You are a perfectionist. You want everything just right and just perfect. And actually, ever since I've known you, which is about 10 years, you were always in luxury real estate. But please introduce yourself and just give us a few words about how awesome you are.
Hello, everyone. Lucy, thank you and your team for the opportunity to connect this afternoon. Thank you for everyone who joined us today for Lunch with Lucy. It's a great afternoon here on North Shore of Long Island. My name is Maria Babaev. I'm a luxury broker representing unique homes and estates on North Shore, Long Island. Lucy, you and I met probably about 10 years ago. It's unbelievable how time flies when you're having fun.
Right. And so today, it's a unique, in a way, it's a unique topic that we will talk about. And it's a concern and a question for everybody, right, Kate?
Yes, absolutely. So let's get into our first question.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that you started your career in Wall Street and you had a journey into the real estate business. So we wanted to hear that story and how you came into the industry.
Great, thank you. I'm in the business of real estate for 18 years now. Prior to my real estate career, I was on Wall Street. I have an MBA in finance, and I was working for Citigroup Emerging Markets Division, managing portfolio of 130 banks located in Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, all the countries of the former Soviet Union. I truly enjoyed my Wall Street days, but then things changed once children came into my life. I was not able to travel extensively and be away from my family 2 weeks in a row. So transition to real estate was kind of natural for me because I always had passion for real estate, and I was able to obtain the real estate license while still working in the financial markets. And then once my daughter was born and we actually moved from New York City to North Shore, Long Island at that time, the rest is history.
That is wonderful. Well, who are your clients today? Now, since you transitioned, you are in luxury marketing, luxury real estate. Who are the majority of your clients?
Well, I have to say that even though majority of my business is coming from a luxury segment of the market, and we will address what that luxury is, because we do have participants on this call from different parts of our country, and I think that luxury is very different in all the different pockets. But I have to say that even though majority of my business comes from luxury segment, I'm also working very hard on staying diverse. So to me, I am in real estate business. I'm not really in the price range business. And I think that it is important to be positioned very strongly in all separate segments of the market, because if it's $1 million purchase, then a few years later, the very same buyers would become your sellers and become your buyers again in a different price range. Because as we know, statistically, average family in the United States moves every 5 to 7 years. So to me, from the very beginning, when I start working with my clients, most of it were buyers. For all of us, just starting in the business, most of the time it's challenging in the beginning to obtain listings. So we concentrate on working with buyers. So my buyers that I really serviced many years ago, 15 years ago, 12 years ago, are now becoming my sellers and then purchasing higher price range home from me again. So I think that, the way you build your business, it is extremely important. And what I realize, and that's advice I can give to anyone who's on this call, who is in the business for quite some time, and especially for someone who is just starting, is when you do a great job, regardless of the price range, especially in the beginning of your career, and then you stay in touch with your clients, with your past buyers, past sellers, that is the foundation of your success for the years to come. And I think that that's extremely important.
And I totally agree with you. And luxury is such a broad word and expression. It can be, for someone, 500,000 can be luxury, for someone 5 million can be luxury. So it's really, it really depends on the market and on the family. And I think it is, you have such a great approach to it, that there is no price range. There is a family who wants to find something just right for themselves, and you are here to accommodate them. And that is, I think that is absolutely fabulous. And the word luxury, it gets thrown around at so many directions and so many meanings to it. So when you say that luxury real estate broker, what does luxury mean to you? Does it mean, just like you mentioned, it all depends on the family, or is it above, is it certain location or certain architecture?
Okay, so I'm very much involved with the Luxury Marketing Institute out of Dallas, Texas. And at one point I was even on the advisory board for this institute. And so by definition, for the purposes of defining luxury market, is 10% of the transactions in your specific market. So if you take any segment of your market, be it New York, Long Island, New Jersey, Chicago, any other parts, you have to run the inventory and the sales and see what the top 10% of your specific market, what is that number to you? If majority of your listings are between 350 and 500,000 dollars, so then perhaps the 10% is about $1 million mark. If majority of my marketplace is between million to $1.5 million, so then the luxury segment starts between $3 and $5 million. And I think that once you define that luxury market for your specific area, because you're absolutely correct, Lucy, what $3 million can buy you on North Shore, Long Island, In different marketplace, you pay 750,000 for very similar, if not better, kind of feature in your home. So I think that it is very unique and specific to a particular agent that we do have on this call. For me, I think that the luxury segment is between $3 and $5 million price range. Most of my transactions, historically, the average sales price is about $2.7 million in the last 3 to 4 years. But again, as I said, I do specialize in the luxury and being positioned in this segment. However, once again, we are all in real estate business and not necessarily in the price range business. Therefore, I have transactions that are 500,000, and I also recently sold $30 million property. And we have listings and sales anywhere in between these two price ranges.
That is, yeah, that's a great answer. And I never really thought about percentages like you are describing now. It's an amazing approach, and I think it just makes it so clear, and also kind of defines what's the luxury market in a different part of the world. And what media are you using to promote your listings? I noticed that everything you have, every single listing has a spectacular, absolutely out of this world video. And I personally believe, I do a lot of presentations, and I so believe in videos. Obviously, professional photography is the base of any marketing strategy. You cannot get away from stunning, beautiful images. But the video, it brings such great life and different view and understanding of the listing. And you mastered that to the top. So can you please share how you look at the property and what you decide to do with every marketing strategy?
Great question, Lucy. And you are a guru of marketing real estate, and not just luxury segment, but really all the segments of the market. When we market the property, we look at the specific home from the buyer's perspective, from the buyer's eyes, right? So what would be appealing to a specific buyer? In fact, that marketing presentation starts even prior to us listing the property and putting it on the market. I start with the seller's interview. I always ask them, what was the compelling feature that, what was, give me your story, what sold you on this specific property, on this specific home. And then we'll take that personal human approach, and we always add it to our marketing, because as we know, purchasing any property is very emotional. So when you connect to that emotional component of a potential buyer, then you make your marketing more human. Every single buyer start their search online. If they're 18 years old or 88 years old, everything starts online these days. I know our sellers specifically, they like to see their homes being featured in print publications and other places. But we all know, being in this space, that what sells the property is online marketing and the right pricing. But pricing, we'll put it aside. That's a conversation for our next online meeting. We'll concentrate just on the marketing aspect for today. So professional photography, and we are, you as VHT organizing this specific call for all involved. I think that the importance of professional photography and video, we don't even have to mention it. It's by default, and everyone understands how super important it is. The way your property looks online, and that's the conversation I have with my sellers, is a paramount of importance, because everyone starts their search online. With the professional photography, we always use description that's, I have professional copywriters, that it's not just a paragraph, it's a story. About each and every property, it's a story. It's a location, it's the infrastructure, and then the video highlights, because to me, when you're purchasing property, especially on North Shore, Long Island, you're not just buying an address. I'm not just selling an address. I'm selling a lifestyle that comes with purchasing of that property. So for example, on North Shore, Long Island, we have great infrastructure, proximity to New York City, parks and gardens, best school districts in the nation, dining establishments, great shopping. All of this and more comes into play when you're actually purchasing a property here on North Shore, Long Island. So when we create our marketing, we always incorporate the lifestyle component into marketing as well. And regarding video specifically, working with professionals such yourself is the paramount of importance, where I always give my feedback and highlight certain features of what I think is important for potential buyers. And then, of course, then you take it from there and be able to deliver it in such beautiful form and package it in such way that we can, again, speak to the emotional component, to the emotional state of the potential buyer, and generate enough interest for that virtual showing, because to me, every physical showing of the property is really a second showing, because buyers are so savvy and sophisticated these days. Before they pick up that phone or send a text message or send an email to the listing broker, they research the property, they research proximity, the walkability, the school district, the square footage, taxes, anything and everything. They watch the video. So to me, when we actually schedule a physical showing, it's a second showing in my world, because the first showing is taking place online with that professional photography, with great description, with video, with day shots, night shots, with drone, everything that you guys offer and do an amazing job helping us to market and sell our listings.
You just said something. I always use my presentations. When you prepare marketing for your property, you have to think about going on a first date. If you screw up on that first date, which means you didn't have the professional photos, you didn't have the video, you didn't think about anything, and doesn't matter how beautiful your listing is, if someone goes through MLS or realtor.com or any kind of website, and you have your own photos or something very poorly done, the potential buyer just goes straight through it and they will never come back, and you just screwed up your first date. So yes, I agree with you. It is the first impression is so important.
This is a very interesting concept. I didn't think about it in terms of dating. But, I'm in agreement with you, and that's why I don't ever release any of my properties until they're perfect, with all the photography, with pictures in place, with description, because you only knew once. Okay, and I think that first impression is everything. And right now we're making first impression online first, and that, of course, with the help of professional photography and video as well.
And one more thing I really liked what you just said, the story. You as a realtor, you are the storyteller, and you are the best liaison between the buyer and the seller. And being in the position as telling the story about the home, just like you said, you interview your seller. What is so great about your property? What is so wonderful about that? And you also ask, what about the Thanksgiving dinner? Well, I had 25 people for Thanksgiving dinner. I bet you did. Look at that at that dining room, 20 by 20. So that is the story that you can tell as a realtor, which takes us to a next question. I'm sorry that I took so long, Kate. Next one. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and we also wanted to know too how social media works into your marketing strategy, especially for like the luxury level homes. How do you do anything differently for those with social media, or what? Can you just talk more about that?
Well, again, as I said, we employed all marketing channels, right? Once you have the assets, such as beautiful photography and video, then of course we post everything on social media. Instagram is being used, Facebook is being used, YouTube, Vimeo is a great tool as well. As we know, YouTube right now is the #2 search engine. And if you look at the younger generation, that's what they do. They go on YouTube and they search just about anything and everything, and real estate is no different. So the way my videos look on YouTube is super important. And frankly, if I have to define the channel, between Instagram, Facebook, I'm getting probably most of the business from YouTube. In fact, property in Old Westbury that I recently sold, which was over $7 million estate, the buyer came from YouTube. His 16 years old daughter found my video online, brought it to her daddy attention, and they came in, they made an offer, we negotiated, and it's now being over 2 years that they're in their new home. So I strongly believe in power of video, the power of YouTube, and social media as well.
What a good girl, helping her father, buying a beautiful estate, $7 million. Here we go. Which also, yeah, I personally believe in social media. A lot of things I'm still learning about. So that's why I outsource in a way, well, I shouldn't say outsource. I'm hiring someone to help me with my social media because it is very important with my Lunch with Lucy and with everything I'm doing for VHT right now. So understanding and utilizing it properly, it's very important. And also coaching. There is like a new direction, new trend to hire a coaching company or an individual to just kind of keep you focused. Have you ever utilized that avenue in your professional history?
Absolutely. I have multiple coaches. I have a business coach. I have my trainer, personal coach, meaning the sports. I have my mental coach, my spiritual coach. I strongly believe in coaching and having someone in your life who is able to, number one, hold you accountable. And number two, you can bounce off ideas and discuss certain things in a very safe environment. So anyone who is successful, big CEOs of big firms, professional athletes, great real estate brokers, I strongly believe that most of these people have powerful coaches behind them. I'm a member of Brian Buffini and company for many years. I work with a few other coaches as well. And for anyone who contribute to my business and the level of success that I'm enjoying right now, I'm forever grateful. So the answer is yes. Find a coach that's right for you. And definitely this will help you to continue to grow your business.
Thank you very much. Tell me, please, what about the beginner agents who are starting and they're hungry to learn more and to do better? They are passionate about their new career and new adventures. Is there anything you would like to share with them?
Well, absolutely. A couple of things I would like to share. Number one, we've been talking about different marketing strategies, and for someone who is first starting in the business, might be a little challenging, especially if you trying to get a listing or trying to get that sale. Couple of things I want to say, social media, attracting all these leads, paying aggregators such Zillow and everyone else, hosting open houses, all of this is great, but don't ever underestimate the power of your own sphere of influence. We in this business, being real estate brokers, we're running after a new shiny thing, the new lead, the new buyer at the open house that sometimes gives us incorrect phone number or a phony email, and we completely dismiss people that know us, people that already work with us, people that like us, and people that want to work with us. So for me, what worked really well is continue to stay in touch and follow up with people in my sphere. The truth of the matter is that 70% of my business, even so many years later, still comes from my personal sphere of influence. This sphere grows with every year, with the number of transactions, with the number of people that you touch, once you go through your business and your life. So I think that this is super important. For me, events, I mean, right now we're in a different environment, so that might be a little challenging, but every year I host my Thanksgiving pie event. So that is a great lead generator, great way to just have zero agenda except just saying thank you for everyone who either purchased or sold their property with me, for their friends and family, as well as for my colleagues and people in the business that I'm very close with. What other advice I can give is continue to educate yourself. It is so important to be the source of the source and to really have that knowledge. There's so many different things available. I have, for example, different certifications such as CIPS, it's a Certified International Property Specialist. For me personally, luxury comes hand in hand with international buyers. As we know statistically, international buyers, their purchases are $1 million or above. So that in itself is the luxury segment pretty much in every single marketplace. So for me, being an international broker and having all of these certifications such as CLHMS, Certified Luxury Home Marketing Specialist, Certified International Property Specialist, I have a certification as a GRI, Graduate Real Estate Institute, and I continue to stay a student of life. Anything that's new coming to the marketplace, coming to our industry, I'm embracing it, I'm learning. You know, I have different affiliations such as with the luxury portfolio, the luxury council, memberships. I mean, most of us are members of NAR. There's also such organization as FIAPSI. There's so many different sources available for you to stay educated, to really move forward with your business and continue to stay cutting edge. What I also think is super important if you first starting in the business, but also when you grow, is to build your team. And I'm not talking about the team specifically, your real estate team. I'm talking about legal professionals, you know, financial advisors, CPAs, international tax advisors.
Photography company.
Yes, absolutely. Photography company. Just build your universe, build your team, and surround yourself with people, professionals such yourself. So then you will be able to refer business to each other. Especially with legal professionals, build a strong mutually beneficial business relationship and have that knowledge and have that experience and expertise, especially in international business, which is again, luxury business comes hand in hand, experienced immigration attorneys. So that is important. Financial advisors, CPAs, wealth managers, all of these people should be in your sphere of influence and continue to collaborate and continue to refer business and move forward together.
That is great. And your answer, you answered so many other questions we were going to ask. So thank you so much. But the team is extremely important. And you are right. The team starts in the very beginning with marketing company, and then it goes on and on and on, and especially in international business, I'm sure. And I would love for you to be part of our international panel. We are putting one together for December.
It will be my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and just very quick, I know that you have to go as well. I have very quick question about today's environment with pandemic, with all the limitations, with frustrations, buyers, sellers, how you deal with that, and just a few words about that.
I go to the gym every day and do hot yoga. So, but one thing I can tell you, you know, clearly our lives changed, and I think that the biggest challenge is that we are no longer in control, right? We don't know. There's so much uncertainty for us personally, but also for our clients. So I think the most important thing is to be patient and just hang in there. There's really no secret to my success or anyone else's success that I know except hard work and hanging in there. I think that regardless of the current environment, life goes on. there's marriages, divorces, births and deaths, and people have to live somewhere. So we are in the industry that is needed. I think that in the luxury market specifically, I don't see people making quick decisions in so much uncertainty. So it will be very interesting to see for the next 6 to 12 months how everything is going to unfold. But I think the most important thing in today's environment and always is to continue to stay headstrong. Okay, work on you, invest in you, work on your well-being, take care of your body, take care of your mind, and then the business will follow. Because when you come across as a confident, educated, well-rounded person, you will exhibit that confidence and that assurance to buyers and sellers. And today, more than ever before, this is what they're looking at, and this is what they're seeking in a real estate professional. Not someone who is going to say, oh, this is the bedroom, this is the bathroom, but someone who can help process information that coming at us in such volume, all right, how to take that information and apply to a specific situation for a particular seller, for a particular buyer, and how to help them navigate through certain environment. So that's just basically my
Couldn't say it better. And actually, Batini, he's all about focus. Just focus on what you are doing and you will be successful. You just couldn't say it any better. Thank you so much, Maria.
My pleasure, Lucy. Thank you again for the opportunity. I greatly appreciate it.